My name is Jen, and today I am going to show you exactly how the deep litter method has worked out for me. So a little bit of the backstory. I got my chickens, I hope they're not too loud. I just gave them one of the homemade bottle toys that I had made for them. You can see it right there, and they're enjoying that. But a little bit of a backstory on the chickens. So I am a new chicken owner. I got my chickens last February as chicks in the mail. I got 14 of them when I first, well, I got 15, but one came dead. And then I ended up giving away 6 of them. So I kept 8. It wasn't until April that we moved them out to their coop out here when it got kind of warm. I think it was the second week of April, third week. I have a video of them first getting in their coop. I have been doing the deep litter method since then. I haven't cleaned their run. I think I'm gonna do that today too. And I haven't cleaned their coop. So let's go take a look at what it looks like after a year's worth of them using it. I should say this, I actually have 9 chickens now because one of them went broody. So she hatched 2 chicks, and then only one of them was a hen. So we didn't keep the other one. I'm not allowed to have roosters, so. All right, so let me show you what the coop looks like, and then I'll tell you what we did throughout the year and how it's vented and all that kind of stuff. So I'm inside their run, and we have an automatic door now. We didn't before. We just had a piece of wood that we would slide in and out to close this off. So I'm gonna shut it because whenever I'm in there, my girls have to know what I'm doing. But I wanted to show you how it's vented. So we have this wire around the top, and it's got quite a big gap. And there's a piece of wood over there that still needs removed, and a piece of wood right here that needs removed that has wire as well. So it's still getting a little bit cold, so we haven't taken all of the wood down, but in the summertime, the whole top is kind of vented. Look at that there. Something tried to dig to get in to my girls and was met with wire. So we have this wire that comes out quite a bit to keep any predators from trying to get underneath. But I digress. Okay, so let me zoom out here. So these are the back doors, and up there is the rest of the wood that will come down with the wire. Oh, excuse me, behind it. But these 2 doors open up. There's a lock up there and a lock down here. So let me open it. Okay. And there it is. So this is the inside of the coop. It's time to take their heat lamps down. So upon putting myself inside here, it does not smell that bad. It smells like wood shavings, actually. So on this side, it's, not that messy, but you can see where they all kind of roost right up here. I'm going to get a wire brush and scrub with vinegar water, clean off their roosting bars. And then as far as cleaning this up, I'm going to put my wheelbarrow right under here, and my husband actually engineered this board right here comes up out. So you see that? So I can slide this out when it's time to clean it, just pull it up out of here on both sides, and then I'm just going to take a shovel and I'm going to scoop it all into the wheelbarrow it over to a compost pile, and I'm going to let it compost down for a few months before I use it in the garden. It's getting warm out here, so as you can see, there's a few flies. Sorry if this is like kind of gross for y'all to look at, but if you clicked on this video, I'm thinking that you're interested in how the deep litter method worked for me. So this is a year's worth. The only thing that I will say is that we had a tree that fell down onto our chicken coop and kind of destroyed a big chunk of it. So we did have to redo part of their coop back, I guess it's been 3 months ago. It was right before Christmas that the tree fell on the coop. And so upon doing that, some of this stuff that was in here, when we were trying to get up in here and fix it all up, it did get kind of mixed up, and some of it did get knocked onto the ground. So this is some of it. You can kind of see some of it is on the ground here. So there was a little bit that got knocked out of it, but not a lot. And as you can see, it's come up to the top of this board, so it's very thick. So to explain what the deep litter method is basically you're just taking your wood chips and covering up the poo. I did that every week to 10 days. I would come out and just sprinkle another layer of these wood chips on top of where they made the most mess. So you can see the pile's a little bit higher back there where they are, because I would spread more wood chips back there. But the reasoning behind why the deep litter method works is it composts down. The layers on the bottom compost down, and they also generate heat in the winter, so you don't have to heat your coop as much, which is beneficial for somebody that doesn't want to have heat lamps or anything heat related in there. So, and another plus, you just don't have to clean it as often. So I personally like this method. I think it worked really well. My chickens are healthy. I haven't had any kind of disease. I do spread probably like once a month, once 4 to 6 weeks, something around there. I sprinkle some DE, diatomaceous earth, and sometimes some lime in here. I do that inside the coop. I do that in their nesting boxes too, just a little sprinkle of that stuff, and it kind of keeps most of the buggies away. But I think this worked great. I am very pleased. It has not smelled. Like right now I'm standing near all of it, and it smells mostly like wood chips. This is a year's worth of poop and wood chips. And I think that how I started it, starting in like right before it starts to get warm where I live, and then going the entire year through the cold months with it, you know, having it already started to break down through the summer and started to generate heat as it gets cold. What I'm trying to say is the time of year I started is perfect if you're going to go an entire year without cleaning it, because now that it's starting to get warm, I will have a nice clean coop to start with, and hopefully there won't be that many flies and things like that that will be up in here, because there won't be as much chicken poop in here, because it'll be nice and fresh and clean to start with. So I think April to April is probably what I'm going to go with from now on. Let's get it cleaned up, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's all nice and spiffy. Like I said, I'm just going to clean it out, and then I'll kind of hose it down with a mixture of vinegar water. Vinegar is a natural disinfectant or antibacterial. It doesn't kill everything, but it does kill some stuff, and it deodorizes as well. So good stuff. Love vinegar. Oh, and one more thing I want to add is that when you go to do this, I would definitely recommend an N95 mask. I don't have an N95. I'm going to use a level 3 mask, but if I had an N95, I would use an N95, because this, you know, stirring this up, there could be something in there that could make you very sick, and I don't particularly like getting sick, so I'm going to do what I can to try to avoid that. Okay, so I decided I'm going to put this mask on, and then I'm going to go ahead and put a fabric one over. This is a little added protection. Okay. First time doing this. It could get kind of gross. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so it took about, let me take my mask off. Alright, so that took about 5 wheelbarrow, that's the last wheelbarrow, the 5th wheelbarrow full of mulch. And this is why my husband can never find anything. I found the drill bit and a tape measure. That's probably why he's got 30 tape measures. because I guess when he was building this, he lost it in the wood chips and couldn't find it. So I found it, yay. But I'm gonna take a broom and I'm gonna sweep this out and then scour the wood up here. All right, so I wanted to show that we put down just one sheet of that that linoleum type stuff. So we glued it down on the wood, and then we put the wood around the bottom here, the wood border that's the same thickness as the piece that goes in the front here, and that kind of is holding down the what do you call this? The linoleum? I don't know what that is, but you can see how clean it got. And that's just with sweeping it with a broom. I haven't even sprayed it down with the vinegar water yet. So I'm gonna do that with any area where I see, like right there where they come in, I'm gonna spray some and try to clean it up just a little bit before I put another inch or so of wood chips down on the bottom here again to start off another year. All right, there you have it, folks. I am going to add a little bit more of the wood chips, but I just wanted to say that took me probably about an hour, if that. So I give the deep litter method a 2 thumbs up. Well, 1 thumbs up right now, but 2 thumbs up. I definitely like this method. That worked out splendidly. The floor was pretty darn clean, and I got the roosting bars pretty well scraped down, nice and cleaned up. I sprayed them with a good bit of that vinegar water, so hopefully that'll disinfect it some. Got the little door area cleaned up there too. I'm going to take down the heat lamps because they don't need those anymore, and this will be ready for another year of not cleaning it. So I hope you all enjoy your day. Bye, guys.